Hi friends, welcome to the channel. I'm so excited to do this video. We are going to be going over everything that I put in my park bag when we are at Disney, but I feel like this would kind of apply to any theme park. So I don't think it's just specific to Disney, but we just so happen to be going and I'm super excited. So I want to share this with you all just because we've went several times and sometimes I've taken too much stuff and there's just tons and tons of videos some of them are really good, don't get me wrong, but I feel like that's just kind of a starting place because so many people they have such different needs. So this is what works for us, and this trip is just going to be me and my little girl. So if you're taking more people, or she's only 8, so she's not really responsible for any of our bags or anything like that. So this is my actual park bag, and I purchased this off of Amazon, and the reason I like it is you can either put it, let me show you the back, looped here or clipped or whatever. So you can do either this way or this way, depending on whether you're right-handed or left-handed. So that way it's easier to get in the bag. And luckily, let me see if I can stand up and I'll show you. I'm right-handed, so okay, that works. It's like this, so I can get into the bag and see everything that's in it while it's still attached, so I don't have to take it off and try to look for anything. I can look down in here and it doesn't unzip so far on the sides that I have to worry about anything coming out. Then this front pocket, I usually try to keep things behind zippers that I don't use very often. So what I decided to do is I'm going to pack this bag on the video so that way you can see like where I'm putting the things. This bag, I forgot to mention that, this bag was like $20 from Amazon, and I have taken it several trips. This is padded, so it does get a little hot, sweaty, but just whenever we sit down to eat or take a break or whatever, I'll just take it off for a little while and it's not a big deal. Okay, so let's start. Let me set this over to the side and we'll go ahead and get started because I wanna cover all of this just so I don't miss anything. Start with, this stuff actually doesn't go in the bag. This is just stuff that we take into the park, and I typically use these carabiners, and I like the padded ones just because I also use these at home. You can keep them in the car and clip several bags of groceries and carry them all at one time, and this metal doesn't like bother your hands. I actually got these off of Amazon. I want to think maybe $5. So initially it kind of costs a little to just stock up on this stuff, but then once you have it, you definitely get your money's worth out of it. So what I was saying, in the parks, some people do umbrellas, some people do ponchos, some people do nothing. We've been caught in all of it. So I bring these umbrellas. This one is probably my favorite because it smushes pretty flat. I don't know if you can, yeah, you can kind of tell there. It smushes flat, and I love that it has this button that you can just undo this, press the button, it pops up on its own, and then whenever you're going into a shop or onto a ride or whatever, you press this button and it brings the umbrella back down. Like, just collapses. You still have to physically, do that. And this one does the same thing. So I absolutely love these. And what we do is I just take the handles, take this, clip it like that, and attach it to our stroller, and I don't have to worry about it. But baby does use a stroller, even if it's just to rest her legs for a little while. So I do use that quite a bit. to help pack things. This is a waterproof bag. I would actually say that this is more water resistant because I'm not impressed with them as far as not getting things wet. And this, I just use a zip tie because this little snap comes loose. So whenever I would snap it onto the back of the stroller, it would come loose. So that was just a thing that I did while I was in the park. This is actually a stroller cover. It fits over the double strollers at theme parks. Absolutely perfect. And I use the front of the stroller where it comes kind of like to a point. Sometimes it would drag. So I take these, they're just binder clips. I take these and just tuck it under, fold it, and clip it on that way. That way the stroller cover is not just dragging the ground. But I put this into this bag, and I take this, and this is our water gear, I guess you could say. Yeah, this is our water gear. So I use this, and I actually, once we get to our hotel, I put these in this front zipper because it has another zipper here. But going through TSA at an airport, I leave it out to where it can be easily identified. So I use this and I hang it on the back of the stroller. These are just ponchos. I got 4 of them from Amazon. They're a little thicker. I don't know if you can actually tell. They're a little thicker than some of the clear ones. But I got 4 of them for $6. So hopefully we won't need them. But I keep these in my actual bag that stays on me at all times in case we're in a ride or in a show or eating or whatever, and we walk out and it's a torrential downpour. So until we can get to our stroller, we have these. So I just put them in this back pocket right here. You see there? That way they are just kind of, they don't take up a lot of space. They're smushed flat and ready to go. And this is just a bandana. And I put this because there is just a sea of strollers. I take this, nothing fancy. A lot of people will use like balloons, and that's great. But when you're pushing the stroller and it's like beating your brains out, it's not ideal. Plus, a lot of people do that thinking, oh, this is going to be great. And a lot of other people doing the same thing. So I try to get something that's a little different. So this was like $1 from Walmart. And I just take this and I tie it just on the handle so I can easily identify our stroller from everyone else's. So that, let me fold that up and get it in the bag. I put this in with our rain stuff because that's the stuff that I hang off of the stroller. So I put that there. And then these are cooling towels. I know I got these off of Amazon, and they were like 12. They were like 12 in a pack. And I just, whenever we come home, depending on how long we're gone, you can just hand wash these in the sink or just throw them in the washer. I put them in a lingerie bag, wash them, and I hang them up to dry, and then they're good to go. And while we're at the parks, I take ice water and pour in this bag and just kind of let them get cooled off that way. And they work for, nothing is going to be like, 100% whatever when it's like 100 degrees outside. But you can take these and just kind of wrap them around your neck, and they do help quite a bit compared to nothing. So I take these, and when I say these hooks are worth their weight in gold, they definitely put in the work. So I hook them there. So I have all of this stuff on one, and there is a pocket, like it's like a little net pocket on the back of the stroller, and I just sit this down in there. So the pocket's not actually holding it, but it's keeping it away from my legs. I don't know if that makes sense. So that way this is not doing this the whole time. So I use those. Like I said, I put most of that stuff on that hook. And then I still have this other hook. Then I usually use these for our water bottles, which reminds me I have to get those. So definitely take a refillable water bottle into the parks, because you have absolutely got to stay hydrated, and just fluids are key. So let's see, I also take a pack of baby wipes. These are just Huggies. They're not the flushable kind, so just keep that in mind, but they are perfect whenever you just need a little quick refresh, or you're not near soap and water. I'm not a big fan of hand sanitizer just because it's very drying, and like if you touch your eyes after and it's not dried good, it's just not good. So anyway, I apologize if you love it, but I'm just not a fan. We do these wipes, and just do not flush them, and they're like awesome just to wipe your face off, and they're just really, really cooling, and it's really nice. But I lost my thought, what I was going to say. But these, I'll make it back around to in a second. These I put in the back where the rain ponchos are. And I forgot I had those shoved down in there. I keep one of these large Ziploc bags just in case you have wet socks, or I don't know, I'm trying to think of different, like I would use, like if we go to a restaurant, I probably wouldn't use this big one, but sometimes I have the smaller ones in here. If you get like, I don't know, chicken tenders or fries or something like that, and you have some left over, or you're needing to leave to get to a ride or to reservate or show reservation, whatever, lightning lane, those kind of things, and you need to go, you can throw these in these bags, and then the babies can just kind of eat it on the way. So I always have these just in case we need something. And in a pinch, you can put your phone in this bag. Excuse me. You can put your phone in a bag so it doesn't get wet, which I actually have. It's over here, but I'll show you. Anyway, this doesn't go in my park bag. I have this for whenever we go to water parks, pools, that kind of thing. So this is just one of those little waterproof, watertight, safe pouches, whatever, that opens like this, and then you can put it in there. But the reason I don't take this in my park bag, because whatever water rides that we do, I just stick my phone in my bag, and there's nothing is getting drenched. We don't ride like drenching water rides, so I just stick it in my bag and it's good to go. But see, I've got the wipes in there, and I also have these you can use for, I just like to have these just in case there's something. A lot of times I'll use these for her ears, because she starts out wearing them sometimes, and then they end up in the stroller. I end up having to wear 2 pair because I don't want them to get smushed, or we end up losing them altogether, or whatever. And I think they have actual like loopy things to carry ears, but this works perfect. I go like this, I put the ears on, and then I just kind of cinch this down on the ear, and then we can clip it on the side of the stroller, or on the inside of it, or on my bag, or whatever we need to do that way. So I have 2 of these, and this one that we have extra, and then this is a little, well, you can actually see yourself, but this is just one of the little travel brushes. It's not the best as far as that goes, but if her hair is like really, really knotted, and you know, it just needs kind of combed out a little bit, we can do like a little straightening, refreshing that way. So we got that, and it goes in our park bag too. And then let's see. Okay, this is one of the things that you absolutely cannot go without. This is a power bank. This one, I typically, well, all my other ones don't have cords attached, but this one does, which is awesome, because that way I don't have to carry all this stuff. So here's one for my phone, and there's one for the camera, and then there's one for her fan, which I actually, they're over here. Let me show you these. I have these two little fans. I think these were about $6 or $7 a piece. I get her two just in case she runs one down, then she's got the other one. And that these use the same charger as one of the attachments that's on this, and a lot of things, I think this is like the USB-C maybe, but a ton of stuff uses this, so it really works out because I don't have to carry so much stuff. So I don't actually take these chargers in the park with me, I just take this. So we're going to go ahead and put this in this front zipper pocket here, and I have, this is just something extra depending on how much like recording pictures you want to take, that kind of thing. I have a GoPro that I take so I can record stuff while we're in the parks, and this has like a little cinch security thing, so that way I can take it like on the rides or whatever, cinch it down to my wrist, and I don't have to worry about losing it. So obviously everybody wouldn't have this, but I keep extra batteries, and all of those are charged up in here, and memory cards for the GoPro in here. So we're going to put it back with this battery. And I also like to, I don't know if this is going to make sense, but you'll figure this stuff out when, like, a little trial and error stuff. The way this zips, I like to put the charger in like on the end of it, so that way I can, it's a lot easier to show you rather than trying to explain it. I can put it there, and that way I can zip this, because I typically put my wallet in here that has credit cards, our rental car key. I keep that stuff on me at all times just in case. I just feel better when it's on me. So that way I can keep that zipped up, and just one of the chargers is hanging out. So I just keep that stuff in mind. That works out really well for me. So I wanted to share it just in case it helps someone else. So I will go ahead and stick the GoPro, and I already have all the batteries charged and got one in here with the memory card, so it is ready to go. And I keep it like whenever let me see if I can show you this. Whenever I'm actually wearing the bag, I keep it the right side of the bag kind of empty-ish. I don't know if you can, okay. So I can open it easy, shove this in, zip it back up, and we're ready to go. So that way I don't have to sit there and wrestle with that whenever I've got better things to be doing. So I've got those, and I'll probably put her fans, I'll go ahead and put them in here just because we'll need them in the park, and I don't want to put them with the metal stuff and have them clang and everything. So I'll go ahead and put them in here, and then whenever we get to the park, I can just pull them out and give her one that way. And then we can use one of those little carabiner things to hang that on the inside of the stroller, so she has easy access to that and her water bottle. And then this is lip balm. I try to keep it in here, and I also have nail clips in here just in case. And if you have not watched my toiletries video, go back and check that out. We are very minimal packers, so check that out. You may get some good tips that way, hopefully. But that is all that's in the park bag. And so we take this, I'll try to get everything in the shot so you can see everything. Okay. And then this is our water stuff and our park bag. that's it. So you don't have to have a ton, and like I said, if you don't take cameras and stuff, you wouldn't even need one this big. And if you have someone else that can kind of help carry the load, you could just use like those little fanny pack things and it'd be that much lighter. But when you're traveling with a little person, you got to be prepared. So I hope y'all have enjoyed this video. I can't wait to see y'all right back here next time.